Ready?
Steady.
Go.
Here at Lloyds Banking Group, there's no such thing as just an apprentice. I'm in a position to say whether our products are fair, ethical and designed to help Britain prosper.
That moment when you realise you're in a team managing over £150 billion in funds.
It isn't all finance all the time. I led a partnership with Macmillan to help our customers access better cancer care.
Everyone knows you can trust Lloyds. I've seen our bold sustainability commitments and every day I see us following through.
1 minute I'm leaving uni with my sports science degree. The next I'm in a room thinking of ideas to help millions of families during the pandemic.
I work in financial crime, international sanctions. As you can imagine, it's a pretty interesting place to be right now.
1 minute you're reading about the cost of living crisis, and the next you're writing a briefing paper on it.
Off the back of my dissertation on DevOps pipelines, I went into an engineering role, and now I'm rolling it out company-wide.
We all got million subscription nowadays, so my team built a tool that helps 18 million customers manage them in our app.
When it's not developing with React or Redux, it's gaming with the other grads, or the odd night out.
I couldn't be prouder of my outreach work through Lloyds, helping school-age girls and non-binary people get into coding.
My next step, go for an associate director role, either in my team or something new and exciting. How's that for a rotation?
Hi everyone, welcome to National Apprenticeship Week 2024. It's that time of year where everyone in England and Wales goes a little bit crazy, sharing our love for apprenticeships and helping those still at school to better understand this amazing way which you can develop your career.
There are so many events and occasions happening right now across the country, it's hard to keep a track of everything. So this is your daily download, live streaming at 5 o'clock every weekday this week during National Apprenticeship Week. We'll bring you up to speed with the big events of the day and everything we can find for you about apprenticeships and Lloyds Banking Group.
At Lloyds Banking Group, we're proud to have welcomed over 10,000 apprentices into our organisation over the years. And this week's Daily Download is produced by a number of those apprentices. So introducing myself, I'm Phil and I'm a data apprentice for Lloyds Banking Group.
And I'm Holly. I'm also an apprentice here at Lloyds Banking Group. Here at Lloyds, we love apprenticeships. And for us, National Apprenticeship Week is one of the biggest weeks of the year. As you may know, on the first Tuesday of every month, we have a live careers event you can join from the comfort of your own home. We know the world of work is changing and you've got lots of questions about opportunities and possibilities for your future. And Lloyds Careers Live exists to answer your questions, featuring a new career pathway every month with the opportunity to learn from and interact with apprentices and experts in that field.
But in National Apprenticeship Week, we pull out all the stops with a daily live stream all about apprenticeships, and this is your daily download. Coming up on today's daily download, we'll catch up with apprentice Luke Lyons, who'll be telling us all about what it's like to start a career in finance through an apprenticeship.
As our apprenticeships and early careers team tour the country visiting schools and colleges, we'll be catching up with Ian, who's been visiting Winterbourne Academy in South Gloucestershire, and learning all about his day and what our other teams have been up to on their travels across the country.
And the good stuff keeps on coming, because then we have the opportunity for you to practice your detective skills in our Crime Fighter Challenge. Our ace detective, just in case, will be on hand to give you some clues about a crime in progress. Each day this week, you'll get a new piece of evidence and you get the chance to try out the role that our apprentice crime investigators do on a daily basis by tracking down those responsible for a financial crime.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Many of you tell us you want to know more about what our employers want and expect from people who are applying for jobs. So this week, we tracked down some of the most senior leaders in Lloyds Banking Group to get their thoughts on what they're really looking for in their next hire. That's insight you won't want to miss.
And then some of our apprentices will look back to their time in school. We've asked them to go back in time and give some advice to their younger selves. We know that it often seems like even though you're not quite 18, you're still expected to know exactly what you want to do as a career. So we've asked our apprentices to speak honestly about their journeys and how what they do now matches up with what they thought they'd be doing, and a little bit of advice to their younger self.
Such a good reminder of how big National Apprenticeship Week is in 2024. Now, our career of the day today is careers in accounting and finance. Luke Lyons is a finance apprentice for Lloyds Banking Group. Luke's journey took him to university, then working for Lloyds in a branch environment, and then on to an apprenticeship. So let's hear Luke's story.
Hello, my name is Luke Lyons, and I am originally from Liverpool. I do, however, work and live now in Halifax in West Yorkshire, as you can hopefully see from my lovely background. I'm actually in the Lloyds Banking Group Halifax office today, but just thought I'd take a couple of minutes out of my day just to chat with you about my role and the apprenticeship that I'm on. I work as a process improvement manager in finance, whilst also studying for a level 7 financial apprenticeship. Now, I hear you asking, what does a process improvement manager do in finance, Luke? Well, in a nutshell, what I do is I transform the finance function from using traditional Excel sheets over to things like Power BI. And me and my team are also exploring the use of using new AI systems like Copilot and the likes of ChatGPT to kind of see how they are going to help transform and elevate the finance function for Lloyds Banking Group as a whole. Now, my team are all based up in Edinburgh, whereas I work in the Halifax office, so I'm quite used to working remote, whilst also balancing my studies alongside that. Now, the apprenticeship. So it is a level 7 finance apprenticeship. I started this straight after completing my level 4 financial apprenticeship, and both of those were studied with the training provider Kaplan. And what they both do is they work towards becoming a fully qualified accountant, and my chosen path is with CIMA, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. And the way I describe apprenticeship levels even, is just in comparison to university. So a level 4 apprenticeship is kind of the equivalent of just the first year of going to university, whereas a level 7 apprenticeship is like doing a master's degree at university. Now, I do a lot of school talks and careers fairs as an apprentice. It's something that I'm incredibly passionate about, and I always get asked at these fairs what an apprenticeship is like compared to uni, and the answer is that it really depends. Now, my apprenticeship has been key to having a successful career in finance, as I require the qualification to do a lot of the roles that I've been in. My apprenticeship also helps me get that practical work experience, which is really important for employers. At GCSE level, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. So I ended up going to college studying history, psychology and law, so anything really but maths. And I wasn't really thinking too much about my career. I just really took subjects that I really enjoyed. But I can tell you that I really enjoy the roles that I'm doing at LBG, and I'm still constantly learning. The apprenticeship has taught me so much about myself. I've learned to develop my time management skills, which is important when you're balancing work and study. I've also learned to go out of my comfort zone, learning presentation skills for all the school talks and careers fairs that I go to, speaking to large audiences. In the future, I plan to finish my apprenticeship and continue the work teaching young people on their higher education options through my volunteer work at LBG. Thanks for listening.
Luke does so much great work in the Bristol, Leeds and Edinburgh areas, and that's great insight. Now, it wouldn't be National Apprenticeship Week unless it was February, when the weather is cold, wet and windy, or all three at once. It felt like the perfect time to be getting our teams to leave their lovely warm office space and set off to visit schools and colleges across the country. Today, Anthony has been at Crossley Heath High School in Halifax, Connie has been overseeing apprentices learning to be baristas in London, Caitlin is at the Leeds Apprenticeship Fair, and Eamon has had her image appear on a billboard on the busiest traffic junction in Oxford Street, London. And here's Ian, who's been visiting Winterbourne Academy in South Gloucestershire, helping students learn the skills for interviewing.
Well, hi everybody, welcome to National Apprenticeship Week 2024. And it's Ian here. You may be thinking, like, he's supposed to be doing a school report. Why on earth is he down here by a stream? Now, the reason why is because A, it's freezing, and B, we had a few filming issues at Winterbourne Academy today with lots of students in the background where, of course, we're not allowed to film So you're getting this report from me on my journey home, because it's a very nice journey from my house to get to Winterbourne Academy, where we have been doing the most important things today, which is around helping students with interviewing skills. Now, a really great experience at Winterbourne Academy with year 11s, so just about to sit their GCSEs, who are practicing their interviewing skills. And I guess a few things really stuck with me from today. One is, when you're reaching that year 11, you probably have lots and lots of experiences. In fact, you probably have so many experiences that it's really easy to forget those experiences as well. So sometimes when we try and answer these questions in interviews, and we're asked questions like, tell me a bit about yourself, tell me about your achievements, tell me what you're most proud of, we really struggle to think about those things that we really have experienced, or the things that we are most proud of. And so the big lesson for me today was all about stories and the power of storytelling. So with the students I've been working with today, what we've been practicing is really understanding the stories that we've lived through in our lives so far to age 16. So for example, if you've got a hobby or an interest, let's say for example, it's a sport, maybe it's something like swimming. So within swimming, you can say in an interview, I like swimming, or you can even say, I am in competitive swimming, or you can say I'm in the XYZ County League of Swimming, and that's part of a story. But if you dig a little bit deeper into that story, what you're going to find is that there's richer things in there. So, for example, if swimming is your thing, you probably had to work out how to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a very windy and very wet British winter to manage to get the training slots that you need, to get the pool time that you want, and then also manage to tie down all of your studies at the same time. This is all really, really important, useful stuff for employers to know. Equally, you may be, for example, you may be into your rugby. Now, if you're into your rugby, then you will have had experiences where, like, your team didn't play terribly well. You were down at half time, and then you had to think about what mindset you were going to adopt, how you're going to rally the team, why you would want to come out in the second half. And that's a story of resilience. And so the big lesson for me today, when we've been practicing with interviewing skills, is really about digging deep. And one of the tricks that we talked about was creating a mind map. Now, you all know what mind maps are, so I don't need to tell you how to do a mind map, but one of the things here is about create a mind map that starts digging into those stories. So for example, you did your Duke of Edinburgh, or you did 10 tours. So really think back to that experience of 10 tours. What did you do? Think about it like a TV movie with all different scenes in there. We set off. How did we feel? Were we excited? Were we nervous? What happened on day one? We got lost. Okay, there's a story in there. It rained, it snowed, it was windy. We had to really battle on to get to base camp by the time when we were supposed to be there. Every part of that is a story. So the big thing in interviewing, before you prepare for an interview, is really know your stories, mind map it out. These are your things. Nobody else has lived those experiences the way that you have. Nobody else can illustrate them with the same amount of color that you can do. And once you know your stories, you'll do brilliantly at interviewing. So once again, apologies I can't give you shots of the lovely Winterbourne Academy, kind of like quite cool place today, but I hope you enjoy the countryside anyway. It's finally stopped raining on my way back home here in Bristol, and have a great, wherever you are, have a great National Apprenticeship Week. Bye for now.
Now for our Crime Fighter Challenge. A crime has been committed and we need your help to solve it. Every day this week, we'll release some clues to help you find the perpetrator, the accomplice, their means and motive. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to solve the crime and give us your suggestions on how we can keep young people safe from becoming victims themselves. Within Lloyds Banking Group, we have apprentices whose everyday work involves protecting our customers from crime and fraud. So this is your chance to try your hand at the job they do. In the chat, we've uploaded an evidence file that will help you play along. Throughout the week, follow the clues and the evidence and see if you can solve the case. And now to give us today's clue is our ace detective, Just In Case.
Just in case. Private investigator, if you please. I've been tracking down evidence of a crime in progress, and I need your help to solve it. Some crimes get solved in a few seconds, but some cases are harder to solve. I understand you guys are going to help me out as what shall we call it, apprentice detectives? It's Monday evening, and here is the first clue I can share with you. Now, a great detective never reveals all his secrets, but I do know that a good way to track down the criminals is to follow an evidence trail on social media. Whether it's Snapchat, Instagram, or TikTok, the scammers are out there posing as real people and looking for their next target. My attention was first drawn to an Instagram post where someone called Sunuta Sandhu was posting a picture of her and her latest quite expensive Louis Vuitton handbag. It's not my style, but she seems really pleased with it. In fact, she credits someone called Jack Johnson 18 for changing her life and helping her earn some extra money with hardly any effort at all. Earning money with no effort has got her over 100 likes for that post. I wonder what Jack Johnson 18's up to. I scanned through Instagram, brought up a post from Jack Johnson 18. It seems he's got an exciting opportunity for anyone who wants to make some easy cash. All they need to do is DM him for the instructions. A few emojis with cash bags seals the deal, as 64 people have already liked this post and 3 people have endorsed Jack for his money-making ability. I'll be back on Tuesday with some more evidence to bring to you. Our task across the week is to gather enough evidence and figure out who is behind the crime, who is the accomplice, and who is the victim. And we also need to work out what is the motive. Feel free to put your early thoughts in the chat, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more clues.
Thank you to our detective, but just in case. This game's going to be fun to play across the week, and I can't wait to see what tomorrow's clue brings. If you can't join us live on Daily Download, remember you'll be able to see the clue on Imagine What's Next, the link that is on screen and in the chat. You can also catch Daily Download replays on our YouTube channel. When you're looking ahead to leaving school, it can sometimes be a bit intimidating to hear that hundreds of people are applying to the same university or apprenticeship places as yourself. How to stand out is always a big question. At Lloyds Banking Group, we always look for people's strengths, skills, and potential when they look to join us. Your exam results are just one part of who you are. No one has had the same experiences that you've had. Everyone is unique, and creating a high-performing team is about finding that right blend of unique special sauce in everyone that makes wherever you land a great place to work. Today, we caught up with Catherine Marshall, who leads apprenticeships for Lloyds Banking Group, and asked them for their thoughts on what they look for in a standout candidate.
So we look to assess people's motivation and we look to assess their strengths. So if I talk about motivation first of all, and I'd probably look at this through a number of different lenses and be really clear about what organisation you want to work for and why. And I'd start off kind of thinking about, do I want to work for a large organisation which might have different career opportunities for me? Or do I want to work for a smaller organisation that really makes a difference in my local community? And once you've kind of got that pretty clear in your mind, it's then kind of working out what organisation do I want to work for? So is it financial services? Is it the public sector? Is it a construction industry? What would really float my boat? And so then when you know what industry you want to work in, it's then homing in on the organisation and really kind of doing your research and understanding what's Lloyds Banking Group all about? And actually, does that organisation align to what I'm all about as well? Or actually, do I look at a different organisation like Barclays, NatWest, HSBC, because they might align more to my purpose and my values? So I think it's being really clear on the organisation and why.
Wow, time flies. We have just one last guest for today's download. When you're still at school, answering the question, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? It always seems like an impossible question to answer. So to help you out, we've caught up with some of our younger apprentices to get their thoughts. Here's our colleague Elizabeth with her reflections.
Hi, I'm Lizzie. I work in corporate coverage here at Lloyds. So I'm currently working in the charities team. We're a client-facing team who bank a variety of not-for-profit organisations and charities as well. So my daily role consists of providing support for different products and services that we offer, for example, deposits or current accounts. I'm currently on the Financial Services Professional Apprenticeship and I'm studying towards my level 6 with the Chartered Bankers Institute. The apprenticeship involves a range of different topics, for example, lending or risk management and professionalism and ethics, and there are a few others as well. These may not sound very exciting, but they can actually be quite interesting. My apprenticeship consists of 80% working hours and 20% learning or apprenticeship hours. So this roughly works out to around 1 apprenticeship day a week, and that's dedicated to your learning and development in your apprenticeship. At the end of this apprenticeship, I will have a highly recognised qualification and 3 years of amazing experience. I chose an apprenticeship instead of university as I wanted a high level qualification, but I also wanted experience working in the financial sector. I think apprenticeships are an amazing way to experience the world of work as you will be supported throughout your journey. You will meet so many interesting people and develop such a good skill set that you just wouldn't get through university. I think apprenticeships are great for those who want to get a job in finance but still want to gain qualifications and learn along the way. The experience and knowledge you will get from an apprenticeship is like nothing else. Some may think working and studying is quite hard, and though it can be challenging at times, I think it definitely helps when you're able to put your learning into practice. Back when I was doing my GCSEs, I had my heart set on going to university and studying psychology with criminology, which I know is very different to banking. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do as a job, but I did know that I really enjoyed psychology as a subject. That all changed though when I spent the summer working in a bank. It completely changed my perception of the corporate world, and from then on I knew that I just wanted to get into finance. I felt like I wasn't going to be able to get an apprenticeship though, as I didn't do any maths or business-based subjects at A-level. However, that's definitely not the case, as I managed to secure this apprenticeship, which I'm so grateful for. Being an apprentice has built my confidence and helped me develop my skills that I didn't know I had. It has given me the chance to network with some amazing people and learn so much in such a short space of time. My aspirations for the future would be hopefully to land a director role, so especially in corporate coverage, so I'd have my own portfolio of clients and be responsible for their needs. I feel like being an apprentice has definitely set me on the right path to be able to achieve this goal.
And that's it for Monday's Daily Download. Coming up tomorrow, we have a very special Lloyds Careers Live, How to Ace Your Apprenticeship application. We've brought together expert recruiters and the people behind the design of student assessment centres to peek behind the curtain and understand more about how to ace your apprenticeship application and get some top tips from those on the inside. Be sure not to miss that either on Zoom or joining us live on YouTube. That's at 5 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday of National Apprenticeship Week.
Wherever you're celebrating National Apprenticeship Week, we hope you'll have an exciting week ahead. Holly and I will welcome you tomorrow at 5 p.m. for Tuesday's Daily Download. Bye for now.
So it was the feeling that I got when I was welcomed by my team.
Helping people in the most vulnerable of moments.
There's always like some activities going on, fun activities.
Honestly, I actually really can't appreciate everyone enough.
When I joined the group, the first day itself was very warm and welcoming.
And fun as well, a bit of fun too when you were doing the learning and stuff. And everybody's welcoming, warm, we feel at home.
satisfaction when you finish the call and somebody's like, thank you, you've helped so much, just makes your day a little bit better.
It's just been very enlightening to have a team that actually supports me and gets me going and ready for work. I've never really had that before.
As a bit of a nerd, the technology is really appealing.
The systems, they're easy to learn. I really do love it here, and the people are great, everyone is great, coming into the office is great.
My training was genuinely fantastic. It set you up for success.
You are free to express yourself. There's a lot of stuff to do in Lloyds that are outside of work.
I found the opportunities available very exciting.
It was easier to do the training with people that you can kind of get on with and have a laugh with.
There is always something that I learn every single day I'm at work.
I felt included from the start. It was really professional, really efficient.
I really enjoy the emphasis placed on personal growth and development.
Every avenue is open, it's very friendly, people are willing to talk and share what they do.